You said that was good. And then to top it all off, just so I bet it don't take much honey either. I bet it don't take much. To top it all off, just so the fans don't feel like they're left out, all of the fans that voted for the winner will be put into a pot, so to speak, and one of them will win $500. So a fan could win $500.
Now, when is that going to happen?
If I do it, it'll be from August the 1st until November the 1st, and that would be, the drawing would be held sometime or not the drawing, but the contest would end on November the 1st, and the results would be given out fairly quick, I guess.
Is it for all of us?
I got to tell you that putting that honey in it makes that good.
No. Try a splash of cream. You forgot the cream, didn't you? Because you like it.
I know, but I wanted to try it.
Okay. So you got the taste, but you got the taste of the tea. That's good.
It's nice and warm in here, by the way.
That's why I keep trying to leave that.
No, I like it. It's warm. It feels good.
Oh, well, I like it cool.
Too warm for John.
We don't have to. We don't have to have
He's opening the portal.
the door. We don't have to have the door closed now that the dog is gone.
But for anybody that's been watching and saying, what in the world are they talking about? It's thisismyband.com. Thisismyband.com. So.
The new competition for MySpace.
And YouTube.
YouTube eats your heart out.
Yeah.
And Google Video.
And all the rest of them poor suckers out there. And I said suckers, just so people know. I just happened to think about that. I shouldn't have repeated that, should I?
Yeah, because now you brought our attention to it.
I would never say a cuss word.
That wasn't, soccer isn't a cuss word.
No, but I was afraid somebody might think I said something else.
Oh.
People that just barely have their TV turned up.
People who think Harry Potter is a it's a witch propaganda book.
Now you got one of them? Now did Don talk to you? Did you talk to Don? He said next.
He sent me an email
About Wednesday?
something about next Wednesday after the show. Doing that, and then he talked about, did I mind the pie in the face and stuff? I don't know. I don't think he knew that I already knew about all that. But
for some reason, I thought there was a list of names of who was to be involved too. Has someone talked to you about it?
Pat did. Pat invited me and Richard.
Okay.
And said that it would be me and Richard and you, for sure, and a few other people if they wanted to come in. She didn't know who.
Okay, so
and so I guess it's now going to be you and the guy from AGR and me and Dawn, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how that came about.
Well, I came up with the idea from the guy with AGR because I said I needed somebody else on my side that was. He's kind of big.
But I'm on your side. I'm not on the. I'm not on the email side.
You're not on anybody's side.
I'm not on anybody's side. I'm not on the left, the right, the middle, the top, the bottom. I'm just there. I'm just.
Oh, see, I thought you were part of the conservative coalition. Aren't you not? You're not part of the conservative coalition?
No, he's just the cameraman.
Okay.
I can be a producer of a show and not believe in it. No, I shouldn't say that. I believe in the show, and I agree with what they're doing. But I don't. Everybody disagrees on things, and I disagree with some things they say, and I disagree with some things other people say. So, but I just want to be friends with everybody.
Do you agree that crack is bad?
Crack and cocaine? Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
We're in agreement.
That's it. Everybody who thinks crack is bad, raise your hand. Crack
Absolutely.
is bad. Both hands up. Okay.
Crack is horrible.
Don't do crack.
Don't do crack.
That's our message today.
Don't do cocaine.
To the kids who are watching our show.
Don't do acid.
No, now you can't.
Now, John will do some acid, won't you?
I have.
I think I better go get us some more goldfish. They seem to be very popular.
My stepdad, I guess when he was younger, did acid. Well, I think he did every drug it was, but he was telling me a story one time about when he was on acid, and he was playing an electric guitar, and he said he thought the sound wasn't coming out of it because he said he was tripping, he was seeing all kinds of colors and stuff, and he thought the sound wasn't coming out of the speaker, so he thought, well, I'd reach over there and plug it up, and then he seen it was plugged up, and he thought, well, maybe there's a short in the cord, so he got his knife out and was just going to cut the cord in two just to see if he could fix a short. So he went to cut the cord in two, and he said that was the last thing he remembered. He woke up about 4 hours later, wasn't on a trip, his hands were black. Well, he blew a circuit breaker or something. It was, one of them back then they had.
Didn't electrocute
But he said you do stupid shit like that on it. That's funny.
My goodness.
Okay, I'm going to go get us some more goldfish.
Well, okay.
But I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't agree that any drug should be legal, and I don't agree that tobacco or alcohol should be legal. But if they're going to make alcohol and tobacco legal, they should legalize pot.
Okay.
And I'd certainly agree with that because I don't see pot as being any more harmful than tobacco or alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. I don't see people smoking pot and freaking out like they do if they, if they're on acid or crack or cocaine or who knows what else they can be on, ecstasy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But don't take that the wrong way. I wish they would make it all illegal.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm suggesting is if the two's going to be illegal, then the third ought to be illegal. Or if the two's going to be legal, then the third ought to be legal.
What?
That's all I'm suggesting.
What's legal?
Well, I was just saying that I think that alcohol and tobacco should be illegal because it's a great harm to our society. But that'll never happen. Alcohol and tobacco will never be illegal. So I was just saying that since those two are not going to be illegal, pot should be legal. Not that I want to smoke pot, but it should be legal because there's no more harm in that I can see than alcohol or tobacco. But that's just my opinion. But now, people out there in TV land, don't take me the wrong way. I want it all to be illegal. But since those two will never be, then pot should then pot should be legal also. But that's just my view on it. So I'll run for president. You gonna vote for me?
No, we'll vote for you. because you're capable of looking at things from different points of view, and you're just not spouting something that someone's fed you through a fax machine.
Right.
Even now, as we speak, there's a board
Because you
meeting.
can think. That's very, very.
It's a curse.
It could be a curse.
Hey,
There's a board meeting here.
no, it's in the BB&T building.
It's going
About
on
what?
right now.
About what?
It's a
URTV.
URTV board meeting.
Really? Are they watching us right now?
Probably
Maybe.
not. They better be getting down to business, not watching
Let's
TV.
hope they're not watching us because they'll say, "Well, boy, we sure don't need that."
Y'all better be getting down to board meeting and not be watching
What's
TV.
it about? Funding or something?
It's just the monthly board meeting thing.
Mhm, yeah.
Oh, I thought they had it here now.
Well, they
No,
did.
we got so busy here they had to leave.
Oh.
After we made them have it in the hallway one time, they started looking for new quarters.
You know that guy that was going to do that homeless thing?
Yeah.
I think he must have died or something.
Well, I know.
From starvation.
I've been
starvation. I was thinking about that earlier when I was shaving.
I've been wanting him to show back up. That's who I thought the other person should be. Another person should be in the.
In the test
It's
school,
not funny,
I think
but-
you should have some women.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's not funny. You want to do it?
Absolutely.
Obviously, she does.
Well,
Because you need some women.
absolutely.
Got no women folk doing this.
Right.
We don't.
But if you're out there, I don't even know what his name was. The guy that
It
was
was a funny
that
name.
weighed yourself twice on the show. If you're out there, let us know you're alive. Because he didn't
We're
even come
worried.
pick up his briefcase or his
We're worried.
His
scale or
handcuffs.
anything. And he came in, weighed himself for 2 weeks in a row. He did a news show on Thursday night.
He hurt his back carrying in the copy paper.
Mhm.
And that night he had lost 18 pounds, and he was like, "Oh, that really scares me." And he
Mhm.
kept saying that. "Oh, that really scares me." Well, you can't be losing weight like that.
I'm not sure he was drinking enough fluids. He wouldn't even drink fluids here. He just kept saying,
because
"No,
you mess up your electrolytes when you don't drink fluids.
Yeah.
Big time.
And he came in and did the Thursday night. He called it News 20,
Mm-hmm.
and he came in and did that live show.
Right. Uh-huh.
And he said join me next Thursday.
Uh-huh.
And he
then
never
didn't
come back.
come back.
He's never come back since. So
Yeah.
either he's dead or somebody's arrested.
Well,
him or
we
something.
can log on to the website.
I did, and it hadn't been updated like it's normally been. The last time it was updated was the day before he did the news show.
Well, that gets
Do we
curiouser and curiouser.
Do we have his email address or?
You know what? Maybe on the website. I didn't check.
Okay.
I will shoot him an email if it's there. Because I'm worried. I'm concerned.
And see if we can find a telephone number.
He's probably in the member directory, I guess.
I assume he would be,
We
but
need
we
to-
have to. But we
but
have
we
to
wouldn't
know
know
his
his
name.
name.
And the problem with that is I'm real bad at names. I mean, I'm just real bad. But I was getting emails, I think, from him as coach.
He is a success coach, I think.
Success coach. Is that
I
what
think he is a
is?
success coach.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere.
If you're out there, just let us know that, that you're around. Call the studio or something.
You know what's interesting is the fabric is moving to the AM, but it
Mhm.
doesn't show up that it's
Right.
moving on
Well,
the TV
it's
set.
too black.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of.
That's how magicians can do certain illusions.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I know. When you're going to bring some illusions?
I need to do that.
Yeah,
I know
you do
you
need
have.
to do
I
that.
know you can pull a rabbit out of a hat. Can you pull a
I
rabbit?
can. Not out of a hat, no, but I can pull it. I used to do birds and stuff like
Oh,
that.
look,
out in there.
this is the mad scientist kind of quasi Alice in Wonderland Tea Party thing,
Mhm.
and that would fit right in.
Live birds.
Mhm.
Live, huh?
Mhm.
All right.
Doves,
All right. Well,
but I don't have doves anymore.
right. And I think that
I have some chickens.
I think
that
that the city has poisoned all the pigeons.
Have they?
You know
I wouldn't
how
doubt it.
you know how you used to go downtown and there would always be forever a bunch of pigeons at your feet. There's no pigeons on the sidewalks.
Maybe those peregrine falcons that were living downtown got them.
May have.
Did you know there was peregrine falcons
Really?
nesting downtown Asheville?
Well, good.
I
Bet they-
seen.
That
a-
could-
I'll bet they
That could-
poisoned them too. Is what I'm betting.
I want to tell you what I seen, and nobody's going to believe me when I say this, but it's absolute truth because it landed about 2 months ago at my house over in West Asheville. We were out on the deck, and there was it looked like a gigantic plane fixing to crash. I mean, I bet the wingspan, I bet it was 10 feet. I guarantee it. And all of a sudden I noticed it started flapping.
A condor.
And it started flapping, and when it landed, I bet you, and this was a good ways off that it landed. It was 2 or 3 football fields away, 200 or 300 yards, and I guarantee you it stood that tall, and it was it almost identical to. I swear it was a bald eagle. I almost swear it was.
Really?
I almost swear it was, because
That big?
it had a peach color head.
That big?
Yeah, and white.
I know they have a
back.
real wide wingspan.
This thing was gigantic. I don't even know if we have bald eagles around here, do we?
We do
In-
have
in the
eagles.
mountains?
Yeah, we do have eagles. I'm not sure if they're bald eagles, but I know.
This thing
One
was
time I was
huge.
up on the parkway and this kid said, "That's an eagle up there," and it was way up high. I said, "How do you know?" He said, "I can tell by the wingspan."
I
So
thought
I
at
don't know if
first.
it was a bald eagle or what it was.
Well, I thought at first that it was going to be a all them birds that eat everything. The big
Vulture.
Vulture. I
Condors?
thought at first it was going to be a vulture.
Vulture.
Is there? I don't even know if there's are they aren't they extinct condors?
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Are they?
Yeah, I think so. But I thought it was going to be a vulture at first, which are still alive. But you typically only see them out in the desert.
But this was a big feathered creature
It
with
was.
the like have
Bald
like,
head.
like
It
white
had big
white head and
white
brown
head,
wings.
Brown wing. Yeah, it was definitely the
And
eagle
it was
family.
that big?
It was that big. I swear it was. That thing was gigantic. We thought it was a small
Eagle
plane
on
crash. Because when it come in,
steroids.
it was just sailing in. It was just doing this right here, and it was just getting
Uh-huh,
lower and lower.
yeah.
And my
Yeah,
youngest
and
son
when
said,
I've
"There's a
seen
plane
them-
getting ready to crash."
When I see them, they do soar like that. They soar.
And all of a sudden, it started flapping its wings, and it went right in the top of a tree, and it was sticking. The whole body was sticking out of the top of the tree, and it's sitting down inside of it.
That's
Right.
fascinating. Well, they're off the endangered list.
I don't know if they are or not. I
Yeah,
wouldn't think
yeah, I
so.
saw it in
You said they are
Really?
on.
off.
Oh,
Why would they take them off of it?
Because
Because
there's
there's
enough
not
of them. When the
extinct anymore.
numbers reach a certain, there's enough of them, they take them off. the
Wild
endangered.
turkeys used to be on the endangered list.
Right, and you know
Now
how
they're
many
not
wild
on there.
turkeys we got
And
around
they just
here.
wander around here all over the place
Yeah,
now.
you gotta be
a lot of
real
people
careful.
mistake them for grouse sometimes. They see them out on the bridges
Mhm.
and stuff like that, overpasses and stuff.
You gotta be careful
Yeah, I
around
mean,
here, you'll
in
run
the
into them.
mid-70s,
Yeah.
in the mid-70s, you never saw one, and they were on the endangered species.
No, you didn't.
Hmm.
You didn't. I remember when they started coming back. I remember when I first started seeing them. I was so thrilled
Yeah.
to see wild turkeys.
Well,
Yeah.
well, you know, well, like we would be walking over in Kimberly when we go for our walks, and we ran into a whole covey of them over there. Oh, get around all of people's
Uh-huh.
neighborhoods.
And you
In
know,
their yards.
deer are coming back too. You know, deer are really
Elk.
around a lot. Elk.
They're trying to get them back in population now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Now we need some buffalo.
And I remember when they first introduced the red wolves into the area, the red wolf, and one I was living out in Madison County, and one and on a dirt road we were like a mile or two to pavement where I used to live, and I was out on my front porch and I looked and here this is a beautiful animal, but it was big, you know, and I didn't even know there was such thing as a red wolf. I didn't know how else to explain it to people. I said it's colored like a fox, but it's big like a wolf, you know, and people who knew, you know, see they tried to keep it a secret when they first started introducing them. They kept it a secret, and so I asked people that knew, and they told me, oh no such thing, and stuff like that. But it was a secret, and so this. But it was a fabulous animal to get to see, and it would come up the road where I lived and stop for just a minute and look at me and then go on. And so,
That's fascinating.
We have a little groundhog that lives in my backyard that we have fattened up with nuts, and his name is Ezra. So now, whenever I go out the window, he's got a little lair.
I think they're cute.
They're very cute,
Aren't they?
and so he lays out in front of his lair,
Uh-huh.
lays out on the ground, and I go, Ezra. And but he's spoiled. He wants those peanuts every day.
Does he run from you or not?
Oh yeah.
If you get close to him,
Oh
he
yeah,
runs.
yeah. He doesn't want to have anything to do with me.
But he wants
or
the peanuts.
Herbert, but he wants the nuts and
Now, where is he? At your house or at Herbert's
My
house?
house.
It's your house.
my
Okay.
house, yeah.
So he's right
And
downtown.
so I've got bamboo, you know. So what we do is when the new bamboo starts coming up, we cut it all off and throw it there.
Oh yeah.
And so that builds up a bunch of.
Mhm. And he likes that.
Well, I mean that's kind of like a cover.
Uh-huh.
So there's this hole about this big,
Mhm.
and he's got the vegetation from the bamboo and stuff on top of it, and I guess it goes down in that hole, and I guess they're little layers. Are they layers? L-A-I-R?
Yeah.
Layers?
Yeah.
Go back in the ground 30 or 40 feet down in there.
Yeah. Those things are highly addictive.
They are.
We get them at the house and we just can't keep them.
All right.
Well, there's
I
a
wonder why.
humongous box of them.
It's 'cause they're tasty and little.
They got, they must have that chemical in them that potato chips have.
That makes you.
What
Get
is that
addicted to 'em?
chemical?
Do
Yeah.
they add a chemical to potato chips, or is
To make
it
you eat 'em?
natural?
I don't know if I think it's added.
Is it monosodium glutamate?
I don't know. I just know there's a chemical added in potato chip, or in potato chips. That's why you really can't eat one of them. You ever notice that? You can't just eat one potato chip. I mean, you've got to have at least 3 or 4 of them.
I don't know. if you
Because
can eat
they're
just
drugged.
one.
Potato chips have drugs in them.
Crack is bad. Crack is bad. Do not smoke.
So do goldfish. There's drugs in these.
Help me, help me, help me.
Drugged fish.
No, tell me that's not exciting television.
Little Nemo. You can't even see him.
Well, it's more exciting than whatever it was you were talking with Matt about last week, for God's sake.
What? Matt's always exciting. What were we talking about?
was that little piece of equipment that he had, and y'all got all into this 30 or 45-minute conversation about this thing. People couldn't even see it. Oh yeah, you stick this here and you do that there.
Matt brought a direct
Well, I
box.
understood what you was talking about.
Yeah, but you know how many? There was like 4 people understood what it was y'all were talking about because it was too arcane.
You underestimate the
audience?
the capability of the people that watch the Mad Scientist Tea Party.
Exactly.
I should suspect.
Well, not everybody is a
It's not-
techno nerd.
it's
like
not
we
a
are.
techies.
It's not exactly tech TV,
A mad scientist has a
But-
big following of techies.
but sometimes we slide into tech land. We
Yeah,
just-
yeah. Well,
You
you know,
Hey,
I
you
love
just got
tech
shorter.
myself. You know, I'm a tech addict.
Do you have a computer question? Give us a call at 1-800-WE-CARE.
See his beautiful,
That's probably somebody's phone number in it.
Randy, see his beautiful Linhoff tripod there?
I've seen that. I've used it.
Have you?
Mhm.
Well, I got one just like it because I saw his and I was green with envy.
She did get one,
And I just had to have one.
and she says hers is just like pristine. The
Except the spirits have dried up in the little
yeah,
thingies.
the levels are dry. The levels have dried out on them.
How can we go in there and fix those levels? You don't think we can either? It
No.
was sealed.
No.
Like you can't just unscrew something and add something in there.
No, you
No.
could go into the side with a teeny little drill, and then you could take a hypodermic needle and stick it
Stick
in
it
there.
in there, and then you could
add
stick some
wa-
some
water.
gum.
Yeah, right, and
And
then
you
you
could
could
plug up your hole with some gum.
seal it up with some goop or something. Yeah, maybe you could.
You can seal it up with some wax. Or hot glue.
Mhm.
Or goop.
Actually, you could take a Dremel with a little tiny bit.
T90
The
little
teeny
bit.
tiny
One of those
little Dremel
hair.
bits.
Be careful.
Yeah, don't hold anything in your hand and drill it with a Dremel.
No, it'll fly up on that. No, what I mean is don't
I mean,
hit
you
anything
know,
on the inside
I was
of
like,
it.
I was like trying to drill a hole in a pearl bigger so that I could get stuff through it.
And you drilled your
So,
finger.
oh, God.
I bet it just
And
kind of went
it-
around and just flew off somewhere.
And it was a bad pain. Not just an ordinary pain. I mean, a really
It was
bad
drilled
one.
your finger pain. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was drill your finger with a Dremel pain.
That's the worst kind of pain.
And that little booger was flying when it.
And when the stone went across the room,
There you go.
and the heat, because it was whirling real fast.
Well,
I mean, not only did it drill into my hand, it burned my finger. It burned it because of the revolutions.
some time ago, I don't know,
Did you
2,
get
3,
this?
no, 2, 3, 4,000 years ago, I don't know exactly. They created this little thing that connects to something, and I think they call it a vice, don't they? And
Oh, it holds things. When
it was a great little invention in its day.
It sure was.
Yeah.
It sure was. Well, since then, so now I've got a needle nose plier,
Okay, that's a help too.
and because pearls and turquoise and things that you make jewelry out of
Or little.
are a
Get-
little slippery.
get-
You can dip the pliers into this rubber liquid, and then when it dries, the needle nose pliers holds it. So since then, I did learn. I've only done that once, and I will never do it again. So I did learn. Hold that little piece of whatever you're trying to drill with something else,
See,
like
it
a
didn't
vice.
take you long to learn that lesson.
It
did
only
you?
took me one time.
Okay, I'll tell you a story. As a guy came into, this is a story I once heard, and it was told like this: a guy came into a blacksmith shop, and the blacksmith had been making horseshoes, and they were hot, and he would throw these hot horseshoes up on the table. They were cooling down and stuff, and
Yeah.
and a guy was coming in and looking around, and he says, when he was walking around over there, he says to him, he says, "Don't touch those horseshoes." He says, "They're hot." And he says, after a while, the guy reached over and he picked up a horseshoe and he threw it back down like that. And he says, "Burned you, didn't it?" And the guy says, "It just don't take me long to look at a horseshoe."
Get you a fly tying vice
There you
Oh,
go.
From where?
from. Go to a website, the fly tying website. Just search one out.
But
And
do you think that'd be Is it, it's adjustable so that
It's
it
adjustable.
each,
I have one at home
and you
'cause I
can make
fly
like
some-
a,
I
you
tie
can
some
really,
flies. Yeah,
you
absolutely.
can really tighten it up because, you know,
Mhm.
when that Dremel gets going, there's a lot of.
Well, you want to do
RPMs
that little
going
rubber
with it.
thing she was talking about. Put some
Mhm.
rubber on it,
Mhm.
and then you can adjust it and tighten it down. But they're
And
just
you
little
probably
bitty
can
things.
clamp it to a
You can.
table
You
so
can
that
clamp
it's
it right to a
just at the
table.
right
Exactly.
height.
Yeah.
I'll do that, that's
Yeah.
a great idea.
Yeah. And I got one.
Because, you know,
outside
like I
there.
have some pearls like are this big and
Mhm.
for some reason, they don't sometimes drill the hole right so that you can't get anything through there. But I can top that story.
Okay.
One of the first memories I have as a little girl was seeing for the first time an electric eye lit up completely. And I love color, even whenever I was 2 years old.
Mhm.
And I go like,
There's
oh,
some
that's so
cookies.
pretty, and put my hand down on that red hot.
Chocolate.
Oh my!
Boy, you look snazzy.
Thank
I tell you what, I was just looking at this
Look how great we
coffee
look on
pot,
TV with
Yeah,
that
that's what I
light.
was watching.
and
it.
looking at it, it looks like it's normal size on TV, and it looks like you're sitting way
It does. It does.
back yonder,
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
and got your little.
Yeah, it does look like a normal
Because you see
size,
that little
doesn't it?
coffee cup over there?
Yeah.
So it looks like we're sitting
Well,
way
maybe
down
we'll
there.
sit this over there beside it then.
Yeah, that'll bring it back to life, won't it?
And then,
Well, so the
of course,
lesson
and of
there-
course, we have this.
Now, let's leave it like
teapot.
that. Let's make people think that we're sitting in a room that's about 400.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
it.
we'll set that teapot right there
Yeah.
to make it look.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the other lesson is kids, don't do crack and don't put your hand on a hot electric element.
Right.
Mhm.
And listen to your mother and father.
And don't smoke crack. If you smoke crack, don't even talk to me.
And
Don't even say hello to me on the street.
Yeah.
Don't even talk about me behind your back, behind my back. If you do crack, I don't want nothing to do with you, and I don't want you to have anything to do with me.
Yeah.
There. But for the most part, don't smoke crack for your own good.
And
Crack-
It is bad.
Crack will leave you friendless.
yes, and toothless.
I know.
And then don't you end up at the what's the clinic? Methadone clinic.
And then you
don't-
have to go to the nervous hospital.
And don't huff paint.
No, don't.
Don't huff paint.
What about gas? What about gas?
Don't huff
No
gas. Don't huff
no
glue.
Can we fix you a cup of tea?
No, thank you. I
'Cause
brought some water.
You
Thank
wanted a little Nemo?
Usually you refuse the tea.
These things.
I had
We've
some.
got a big cup. over
Yes,
there.
I seen Randy brought it in. That's neat. That
So
is,
you think we look good on the black screen, huh?
Are you coming in? Come in. Here. Do you know how to make the camera be a wider shot?
No,
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
Right. So,
Richard, how's your camera doing?
It's doing okay.
I just finished shooting another teaching video, and I'm very happy with the way I'm learning.
okay.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't had no.
All right.
I'm gonna put the wide lens on. I gotta get Randy to do that one of these days. I don't know how to do that.
Oh, it's easy.
That's
You've never put the wide lens
even
on?
I can do that, and I'm a girl.
That's easy as pie. And I'm a girl, she said. Oh my, she just went there. Oh, close the door
Even
around
I
a little
can
bit.
do that.
Okay, not all the way, just a little bit, because it shows that red.
Yeah.
And it looks like our portal.
Oh dear.
Now, why did they close that door? Are we making too
No,
much
no, no,
noise?
no, no. We didn't
I
want to close it
mean
all the
to
way.
close it all the way. I
We just
meant
didn't
to
want it in the shot.
Partially close it.
Just don't want it in the shot, because it takes the illusion away.
The illusion.
Oh, he.
The illusion.
Oh, we got white showing
What
anyway.
did you
Never
shoot
mind.
the other day?
Well, we're gonna have.
I'm doing
Yeah.
another
Oh,
video
shucks.
on
Shucks.
making silk roses,
That's a good shot on this camera.
and it's turning out a little bit.
Can move in.
Man, I forgot to bring a tripod. I've got a tripod. I
Oh,
told
the
you.
little one you were
The
telling
little
me
one.
you
Yeah,
had.
you said you wanted one from Walmart.
Oh, you brought your
Yeah.
fancy camera.
Well, no, I brought the
I mean,
mine.
that's what I mean, Mike. You brought your fancy mic. Did you see the mics that came in? Have you checked out? We got a couple of
You
fancy
said you were going
ones.
to show them to me.
Well,
And I bet you got a class tonight, too.
Oh, but wait a minute,
No, I
who's our
didn't.
new person?
introduce yourself and tell us.
My name is Jim Reeves, and I'm in his class after this.
Jim Reeves.
Have try
Are you
try this.
gentleman Jim Reeves? You know who gentleman Jim
Yeah,
Reeves is?
oh, I definitely do.
I'm sure you
Yeah,
have that
help
name.
with that. That's not happening, is it? Okay, here.
That's
Here we
not
go.
going nowhere.
Okay, there's
Be
more in
waiting
this one.
soon.
That just gave him a little
You know, I was
seal.
hoping they'd make a movie about him, but they never
This is
Would you like some
Have you been to the
honey?
CMA?
Honey would be good.
Country
Sugar?
music?
Yeah,
He wanted
some
honey.
Oh, in fact, no,
No.
country music all
Honey is
day?
good, and we have cream
Not
cheese.
on the internet? Talking about internet?
No, the
Oh,
one in Nashville.
And the spoon was
I've
just,
never been there.
just stared mine. It's not been in anybody's mouth or anything, so you're more than welcome to use it.
All right.
There's several spoons there.
But the honey is fantastic in the tea.
Yeah, I use honey all the time.
So are you a musician?
Nah, I
the
beat on a
CD.
guitar a little bit, but not anything that I'd want to play in front of anybody.
Okay.
And a hush fell over the room.
Yes, it did.
Well, just real quick, after the show's over
Mhm.
tonight, there's a program on URTV immediately after the tea party
Speak in the camera.
called, thank you,
Mhm.
called Let Asheville Vote. And it was a video that I recorded in front of City Hall. And this was
Uh-huh.
before the signatures came in.
I
So
saw
you'll-
part of that.
Did you?
Uh-huh.
That's one I filmed. It's not that great, but it hung in there.
And
And tonight at 8 o'clock till 9, myself and Randy will have two of the members that were that were behind Let Asheville Vote. And we're going to talk about the recall.
and who are those members you're going to have?
Those are Marcia Harmon
Mm-hmm.
and Christy Fryer.
Okay.
Okay, do you know either one of those?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
they're going to be here, so I'm looking forward to discussing that. And it's the first time a group here in Asheville has ever got enough signatures to at least bring something to the referendum to the people instead of letting the council decide. And it took all facets, Republicans, Democrats, and UNAs.
Mhm. And that's going to be on
At
at
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock?
Yes, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So
All right,
I'm
now,
looking forward to that one.
what comes on it?
We overthrew the city.
Oh, at
council.
8 o'clock. Okay,
Yeah.
that's right, 8 o'clock. That's when I go
That's basically what we did when we signed that.
off at 7, don't I?
You go off at 7. There's
All
an
right.
hour in between.
Then what comes on at
7:30
so
or 7? No, 7 to 8 will be Let Asheville Vote.
okay, which will be the video that you shot. It'll
something
be
they voted
okay,
on.
pre-recorded.
That's right.
Okay, all right.
No, I didn't.
And
sign
I
it.
saw a
Quite
good bit of that.
Oh, did you
My
like
name
it?
was on it, and I'm a
Yeah.
big believer in what they were doing. And basically, city council passed this vote without. I mean, they just slid it in under the radar, and that's not fair for that to happen.
Well, that's the way politics work, though.
Well,
I
this
mean, what
time
they did
people-
is not.
People spoke this time.
Yeah, what they
So
did
did they
is
get
not
that
outside of the
referendum?
way that
Did they
politics
get
have been
that
working for a
so
long
it cannot be
time.
brought up
It
for
should be.
referendum?
It should be over. There should be overturned now.
Because of you all got enough signatures.
Well,
to
it
do
goes
so.
to referendum, which means
That's
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It
Which
goes up
means
for
the
The
referendum.
people will decide, not the
So
council.
that it'll
Yeah.
come up for a vote.
Yeah, but the good thing about this group, I think, it's got a coalition of all parties, and it can be a
Yeah, that's what
watchdog.
about a party.
Yeah, it can be a watchdog group, and so next time something comes up and people really feel they've got this group of people that will help get it going. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's a good thing.
This was not about a party. This was about putting our city council people back in their place,
Mhm.
which is working
Was
for
it
us.
smackdown?
Well, it's the way it was going. It was
Boy.
it was likened to gerrymandering and things like that, and in that the
I may have to run to Best Buy and get one. I think that's what I'll
the
do.
party that's in power does what they can to stay in power, you know,
You
and
can get those at Sam's
Yeah,
if they're.
and you know, that's nothing new in politics. It's been
No,
going on
no.
for forever.
Oh,
But
I know.
but you know me, I like
I noticed that the other day.
I like things wide open. What, y'all got secrets over here?
No, I was just telling you that two conversations, when I'm at home, if someone's talking here and you guys talking, the folks out in URTV land cannot.
They can hear everything.
Well, they can hear everything, but it also a big garble.
It's just one big garble.
Right. I like that though. I think that's part
That's
of
it's a proven fact.
that's part of the Tea Party
He would
thing.
like
What's
it.
the proven fact?
Huh?
What's the proven fact?
Proven fact, as long as there's something moving on the screen and noise coming out of the box, people will sit and
Yeah,
watch
we'll
it.
get some more.
Scientifically
Yeah, so-
proven fact.
Kind of like the Sunday morning
Well,
talk
it's,
shows.
that's why we put the clips up
Yep,
there, so you can
that's
take
right.
it back if you
I
want
just
to.
want to scoot it over.
Yeah.
I think a little drapery look kind of neat.
And it's a
Yeah.
proven fact that when you're looking for something, it's always in the last place. You always find it in the last place you look.
That's right.
I told them that in New Orleans, and it took my girlfriend the longest time. Maybe I didn't quite repeat it right or something when she goes, well, that just doesn't make any sense at all. I said, well, think about it a minute.
Always in the last place you look.
Always.
You always find it
They
in the
thought,
last
well,
place.
that is
you look.
just silly.
No, it's true. It's true.
I think silly would be
Have you seen-
continuing to look after you found it.
Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
It's also a proven fact that when you're starting a project, say building a house,
Huh.
when you're nailing the last shingle on, if you'd have started with that shingle first, you'd have got done through. You'd have got through quicker.
One of my clients,
Okay, and when you lose something and you go buy another one to replace it, the original is going to show up immediately.
Always.
Immediately.
What you got here?
well, I got a note that actually was passed off to me by an older, an elderly female, probably in her late 60s, and she's a viewer of this show, and she wanted me to pass this on to you, John.
Okay.
And it's up to you whether you read it, but I thought it was a unique, and she said it's not towards you, but she said she thought you should read it as one of your cameos at the end of your programming.
Well, let me see. I might let you read it. Let's see.
She had her granddaughter write that for me, and I thought, well, I'll give it to her. So, you know who you are out there.
I'll let you read it.
I think she can read it. She said when you read like it's a scientific proven fact, she said, here's mine. I said, well, I'll give it to him. And that's what I've done. I'll give it to him.
It's better to shut up and be thought stupid than to open up and remove all doubt.
That's a scientific proven fact. That's what she said it was. Not towards you, okay? But I thought it was pretty funny.
Well, you could have read it. You can.
Well, I thought it sounded better with
It's a
her.
scientific proven fact that if you wash your car, it'll rain.
It'll rain.
Absolutely. If you need, I like when we've been having a drought lately around here. If just one person would have washed their car,
I know nobody will wash their car. Isn't that true?
nobody washed their car. Well, I got my water bill for the drought that we just had, the 2 month, $130.
You've been watering everything.
I had to because I can't lose my plants.
Well, why not?
That
so you're the
cost
one-
a lot of money.
So you're the one sucking our shed dry. Our water shed.
Our shed is not even low.
Yeah, they said that on TV the other day that they were saying on the news that we
Our
could
rainfall
continue
is
a
low.
drought the way we're continuing it for the next 3 months before our water level even started dropping because the water level at the watershed
Is
is
not
perfect.
low.
It's high. So they're not putting. That's why they're not having put a mandatory
They
water
cried.
conservation on us.
They cried shortage of water for the last 3 years, but we've always had plenty of water.
And-
We
yeah,
always got
but the people
And it's
who
good
feel the
water.
crunch are people on wells and springs.
Just because the
and
table,
stuff
And
like
it's-
yeah,
that.
but
and it's
it's
good
the actual
water.
table water that's down.
Yeah,
They say
table.
19 inches, below. That's the table water in the ground.
Well, now we're only 7 inches below normal rainfall.
Well, what happened?
It was 12 because we'd had some rain. I mean,
We've
we've
had
been
that
getting
much
rain around town. Yeah, now it's. I read the paper
It ain't
yesterday,
there-
7
ain't that
inches
much in my
down.
house.
I know it rains on the south end of town like a son of a gun, and you come on my
That
side.
was close. That's twice.
I decided not to say any more bad
No,
words.
no,
on-
you about poked him in the eyeball twice.
I'm fine.
So we
See, her
get
hands
up on
keep going over
my,
here
on
like
my
this.
house because I'm like watching like, we really need rain because I'm watering a lot. I
Yeah,
never
it
had to
sounds like
buy.
you
I
are.
never had to buy sprinklers before I went and bought sprinklers in early June and used $130 worth of water.
Well, I wanted to
Now
ask
them
Jim,
plants are even more expensive.
I wanted to ask Jim Reeves, what are you going? What's your ideal for URTV? Have you got any thing cooking, or you want
Politics, yeah, politics.
Politics, okay.
Actually, I'm on a show on 7:30 Wednesday nights. Got Liberty.
Oh, you were.
And
I
I've
set
been-
up for it the other night.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been
yeah.
the one talking about the North American Union and the
Okay,
Security and
alright.
That was
Prosperity
just sitting right
Partnership.
there last night.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
I,
sure
I
was.
ain't paying attention.
Got
yeah.
liberty.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Got
out of the
liberty.
camera on that show.
That's good. That's good. Not that you're out of the camera. It's just good that you're doing it. You know, because we
Yeah.
have 600 and over 600 members, and I guess only 30 people's actually submitting programming. If-
Well,
if
our
that
membership has dropped right now. I think we're in the 400 and something
A lot of people
category
don't
now
renew then, do
because the memberships have run out from the initial surge, and a lot of people haven't yet renewed yet, so.
Oh, and by the way, if you're an elderly person and you think that the $50 membership fee is a bit high, when you're 65, you can be a member for $15.
Wow.
Okay.
Members are 444.
444, our official word in from the front office,
And what is the official
444.
word on how many actual are submitting programs? Or doing something?
That comes from a different department.
Oh, okay.
Karen Randini, thank you. I'll just
Okay.
take care of my end.
Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Is
How
that
do I
department?
live?
Is that department on the other side of the wall?
It is. No, I'm
Where's
not really-
the, what is that in, under the Department of Redundancy Department?
Hey, when are memberships due? Are you gonna go for like quarterly, like every July, or is it
I
due
am
whenever you
67.
got it?
Membership is
years
good for
old.
1 year from the date of payment receipt. So if you paid today, then you're good till
Okay.
Could a
July
member just-
19th, 2008.
Could a member just donate, say, $5,000 and be good for the next 10 years or
Uh-huh.
something?
Oh, I'm sure. that's-
15
Absolutely.
years or something like that?
No, but they can donate $5,000
Well,
and be good for
But they won't
eternity.
be like a. They
I
won't
bet
be
a
like
5,000.
a.
I bet Pat would let somebody pay $5,000.
I can
without a
answer
doubt.
for her, I don't even have to ask.
Yes, she'd say yes.
Yes.
She would go yes.
Well, unfortunately, that falls under my domain, so
Oh.
you know.
Oh, does it?
Membership.
Jonathan says
you can
no.
pay $5,000 for a year membership if you would like to. But
No, for a lifetime
that's For a
membership.
year membership.
Plus
We
gratuity,
can't
I'm
buy a
sure.
lifetime membership for $5,000?
Sure, because
Oh,
that's only going to be 2 years anyway. So.
Ah.
Oh, come on.
Better, don't be talking that way.
Yeah, don't do that. I mean, that's not good.
Should have locked that door.
Might as well have the president of the United States get up and say, "Well, we're just going to Hades."
Okay, so which is gonna happen first? We're gonna pull out of Iraq, or we're gonna be, or URTV is gonna be closed down first? Which will happen first?
Probably have some Iranian coverage.
I would like to say that we are going to be out of Iraq before URTV closes.
Okay.
I like to say we're going
How
to
about
win
Iran?
the war. That's what I like to
Do
say.
you really win a war?
I would too, but I'm not sure you're going to be doing that. Wouldn't we all like to say we're going to win the
really
war?
Win a war, but
Or be trying.
How's the tea?
steep?
It's not.
It's delicious.
that's the tea.
It's too late to make another pot, so it's kind of
Yeah, because it's 6:53,
right. And in just a minute, we're gonna.
and that clock is right on the money. The clock in there is always 2 minutes fast. I don't know what the difference is. They both transmit to Colorado and get the time.
Is that right?
Yeah,
So this one's
that's right on the money.
Okay. Now, what is this